Hello everyone and welcome back to PrintStream GG, where we're back in Div 1 for the ETF2L Season 48 season. And tonight we're bringing to you Sweden Sunday. It's Duplo against ApeX Annihilation Alliance. My name's Ben Plu. We've got Samus on production and Dumtum joining us for this Swedish Sunday. How are you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. Well, you're lucky you made the intro because my bit was going to be that I was pretending we're live in Sweden right now. But I mean, no matter which way, I guess we can see these teams live soon at LAN at some point, right?
Yeah, in Germany, no doubt. In Dortmund, in like just over a month's time, both these teams will be there and getting their preparations in.
Very much, very much. And it's, I mean, we mentioned it a couple times already, the last Div 1 game we had as well. This is two teams in awkward situations because one of them has only played one game so far this season, had a bit of scheduling issues to get this as a second game now as well. So a couple question marks hanging over Duplo, a roster that obviously should be very familiar to most people that have been watching high-level TF2 at some point. AAA, on the other hand, of course, has couple fossils of their own right as well, not just Swedes, of course, but still half the roster is also Swedish, and with the few additions they made here this season, they want to make the jump towards Div 1. Hasn't gone great just yet, but seeing as the division is still split very much in half between the winners and the losers right now, getting some points right here, right now, makes getting fourth a very real possibility for the winner of this match.
Yeah, absolutely, and it makes it a bit easier the fact there's actually only 7 teams because one team's dropped out. So as like a proportion of who's actually active and alive, there is going to be a little bit more favourable in terms of getting towards that fourth. But like you say, neither of these teams have picked up a map yet. Obviously, strength of schedule has been pretty tough, at least on the Duplo side, facing that Luplo side who like literally haven't lost a map themselves. So it should be a close one. Like both these teams really needing the cake to get themselves into the mid part of the season, and hopefully they can make that push on for fourth later on.
Very much. Will be interesting to see here no matter what. Like I said already, I guess alluded to with AAA here, this is mostly very veteran teams, of course, as well. I mean, Duplo for their own right, of course, has several people we've seen towards Premiership before as well. So very interested to see what these two very experienced rosters can bring to the table this season.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're finding out right now because the first mid-fight is a go Duplo over there in the blue colours and AAA rolling out in the red as we get ready to see what they're cooking up on this first Sunshine mid.
Let's see, fast rollouts coming through already here. Zayton going quick back from the break as well. He was on, can't find much just yet. Rest of AAA a little late here to the mid, but compared to that bomb as well. Trying to still contest towards the left side there, and immediately Kaya trying to make space. And I think that's just all I needed to see. An attempt to walk forward, immediately denied. And Yoshi dies at the end as well. Sumera still got it. He was never gone.
Never gone at all, but Yoshi is gone and has been sent back to that respawn queue, and yeah, just losing that one soldier so early. And to be fair, that early bomb from Satan just stuffed the AAA team into Valley for so long, and now the second point is an absolute freebie. There's no one here to hold this, and it's going to be a monster an advantage for the Duplo side.
Very much, just gotta walk this in here a little bit as we speak. We were getting walked in here slowly but surely, have the buffs ready as well. There's a gun, there's a sniper, the setup is there, they know what they have to do, but being able to get this clutch sniper might not be happening as well. Soldier at least make sure the force comes out early, gun goes down in one follow swoop with that. Onto the other side as well, big bombs coming through. Soldier demo deep into enemy territory as well. Do decent damage here, will it be enough? They have them stuck on low ground, take the crate position to just shoot down on the desperate red team trying to get back to the point.
Yeah, really nice Uber there coming in, and yeah, we saw no point presence at all, but there's so many players caught around those crates on the AAA side. The Uber charge was lasting so long, they were just absolutely destroyed. Yeah, a couple of soldiers stood on top of the crates, just using that slight little high ground advantage, they're able to finish off those final couple of kills, and what a speed run of a round, just over 1.5 minutes, and Duplo already in the lead.
There we go, quick 1-0 as well, like I said. These Swedes know what they're doing here, they've been playing the game for a while. I mean, we didn't really do any predictions here. I would have probably slated Duplo as the favorite, maybe not by a lot, but we'll see. Well, I mean, now it's the easy call to make, of course, but I mean, I had them as favorites, I just wouldn't know by how much exactly. The red team does still have a lot of talent here as well, but on the mid fights, it's not really coming together just yet. Won't shoot down early, at least quickly clap up with like Kaya following all the way into Flowers there as well. Position is very awkward though. Darbeck in the mid, stuck out, rest of the team just left out to die on mid, it looks like almost.
That was a great call there from Duplo. They decided, you know what, we see those last couple of players hiding out in the valley, we'll just collapse on them and basically take the two advantageous fights rather than just sitting around and then it get turned into a drawn out 5v5. So the aggression pays off. All these players behind are taken out, but importantly this time for the AAA side is they do get Ayoshi out with Scout in tow, so he's going to be even Ubers in second, and with these soldiers still spawning in for the Duplo side, it's maybe going to be tough for them to get in quickly, but Tavi's still not even spawned in yet.
Alright, once again, mid-win for Duplo, at least. For better or for worse, as much as, you know, the man was not able to get back to anyone on mid with heals at all in Yoshi's part. That also meant they were out of danger the entire time. Yoshi, the sole Belgian on the server, unable to get themselves into the fight, also very easily out of the fight with that as well. It's not back to us, it's just back to second for now. We'll see what they can do from here. For what it's worth, who knows? I mean, we don't have quite the sniper caliber of yesterday, but we do still have a couple individuals here that I'm more than expecting at some point to try to pick up the rifleman.
Yeah, absolutely. But for now, it just seems it's all stock standard. Just going to try and put this family, see if they can get a soldier in through one of the many bombs or fake sacks you can attempt on this map. So far, it seems that Duplo are going to decide to pressure in from Cafe and open the door for Satan and Dagnus both jump in high and take on the kill into Vonshu in front of the valley. And now with Alba in behind, it's potentially pandemonium time. Alba running straight in onto even is all going to lose out that fight to the fellow Swedish scout. And now we're into utter chaos mode. Force comes out there onto Duplo, but Alba going to be in there too as the trade comes out. And only 3 players left. These 2 scouts going to try and have to taxi Aoshi back out, but Dagna decides to not take the fight, just retreats out through lobby. Second point is taken by Duplo, but it could have been a bit sketchy there in that retreat.
Very much not able to clean up anyone at the end will cost them here a little bit in terms of momentum. Still got them back to last, looking good for Duplo so far. Still a little bit more to go, of course, to clean up the round here. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Snipers are here. On the one side, it's Bevan. On the other side, it's Alba. The countrymen will stare each other down and see who can make this happen. The age-old question now, who will win? Pineapple pizza or regular, I guess?
Yeah, well, we'll find out shortly, hopefully. These UV charges are just getting built up to those final points. Gun getting set up also. Going to be a couple more seconds before that's fully in position. But yeah, lobby only just been taken out from Duplo, so that will be they said it will be perfectly positioned before the time it comes in. But Alba wins out the sniper v sniper, and now that's going to open so many doorways.
All right, well, not quite just yet. I mean, they are open, but not really as freely just yet as they would like as well. Soldier still holding close. Vonshu takes a lot of damage here. Traded out pretty quickly. Satan tries to make space. Get in here backwards maybe from lower. Does not work out as well. Counter sack happening into Alba as well. Will stay alive for a while, but can't do much of anything here. This is the Rocket Sniper staying alive, and by that point, yeah, there's no easy peek to get anymore. B1 just instantly back from respawn into another Sniper life. Just dissuades them a little bit from going for the quick peek left, but maybe just rotating right will have some effect here. Try to keep up. Bit of surprise at least. Doesn't go very well. Kaya cleans it up just fine. Defense going well so far.
Yeah, absolutely, and I've got to point out that really well played there from Vonshu, getting forced out on that far right-hand side. Just goes down very, very weak, but just stays alive and just baits players in, and is able to equalise the player count just pretty quickly because they were trying to push it. There's a good arrow in there too onto him as he was trying to hide where the gun is currently positioned. And this gun setup, it's a very, very tough one to break. It's so hard to get in onto this medic, especially against a sniper, because you have to peek so far into these doorways to get any sort of sight line. It's going to really be a tough one to break into here for the Duplo side, but they've got plenty of time left, still 3 more minutes in this round, as Alba is getting back into position down in Dungeon, as this might be the first port of call, and again wins the Sniper v Sniper.
Keeps winning it. Pineapple reigning supreme for now. We'll see if it can lead to more this time around as well. If we hit that one, not quite. Vonshu shoots him away, gets himself into a lot of danger here. The Poe getting out alive for now, and Satan's the one that will fall in here. And Gar peeking as well, actually. Everyone's trying to get space here as well, not working out in the slightest. And ooh, there's follow-up though as well. They're not letting anyone escape. You see in the top level sometimes people being very, very keen to just take position on the offensive side as well. They're not letting them get away with it. Far from it as well. Yeah, they're quick to retaliate whenever given the chance right now.
Yeah, this force comes out, and it's honestly a completely toothless Uber here from Spirit. Can get a couple of stickies down to the point, but that is it. So now it's going to be a big advantage. Tavi does go down trying to get that force out, and it's now at how long Yoshi can hold on to this one. Does hang on for now, down to 100 HP, as yeah, one frag goes, 2 frags actually going the way of the Duplo side, but this Uber is still in hand, and it's getting used in on Dalbeck, straight in through and straight onto Gar and Choke.
Yeah, questionable decision here by the Quadballer Merchants, unable to really find any damage onto Yoshi, still desperately hanging on to hope for the force, but just overextending for it in the end. Last sword falling as well here. They, I think, had it for the fight on mid. Yeah, cleaned up everything that was close. The rest of them get out, but are a little threat right now. Do move funny little heavy into fall spawn. You see this every once in a while. People walk down those stairs from Cafe. Maybe you can just catch them by surprise a little bit here and sit a little longer than maybe Sniper would be able to, with much less health, of course, as well. But Ayoshi walking up the other way now takes a bit of damage. It is not enough to matter in the end.
Yeah, not really, and this is really the player who's caught out of this 1-for-1 trade on the soldiers towards lobby, but Ayoshi has actually built a tiny bit of an advantage because that delayed spawner over on the Duplo medic, but that's not going to be too impactful. Albert's still just in this forward spawn, just being a bit of a nuisance with his heavy, and actually Michael nearly catches the kill on Devonshire. He does get the kill on Bevan!
Okay, we talked about this before the stream on like what I think he changed it now. What was it? May you remind everyone what his Steam nickname was before the match one time?
Bevan, worst scouts one Bevan, I think. I think it might actually still be that on the at the moment. It's by the way, the Scout v Scout, obviously they played together a bunch in the past at particularly at the Poland LAN earlier this year as a Scout duo, Alba and Bevan, but Alba has definitely had the better of this matchup so far.
Certainly weird on, well, I guess not really Scout, I guess just on the off classes of Sniper or on Heavy. He got his number right now as well. Back to last, of course, either way, AAA finally in a bit of a great spot to be in here. And then the rockets land on Kaya, this man. Just on jump servers his entire long life, and it will pay off. Beautiful skip jump into last, right on top of the medic.
Yeah, it was a great distraction as well. Vonshu, I think, failed the same bomb earlier, and it just distracted his attention. Enough shots were used trying to get onto that first soldier that Kaya just flies in cleanly and gets the drop straight away. So now when these spawners come in, it's going to be AAA looking to get their first round on the board. Duplo, they're going to have to try and build up somewhat of a defense, but there's not much time. Ubercharge is already in, the pressure already coming in at this point.
Certainly, gun goes down, a lot of soldier damage already delivered. Madden come here on very low health. They're hanging on for the AnnihilatioN blue, whatever little HP they still have, and it may be just enough. God, able to walk all the way out of spawn, and all that damage, not on the heavy. That's the Reign Supreme at the end.
Yeah, not even going to get out. Just managed to get too much there into Ayoshi. Thought maybe could get caught on the way out there, but yeah, great defense there. Great defensive setup over on the Duplo side, and then going to reap the rewards of this. It's going to be even Ubers because Ayoshi just get out alive, and it's going to stabilise potentially in the second point with plenty of forward spawns coming in, but could have been a heck of a lot worse. I thought we were maybe staring down the barrel of a first AAA round there.
I mean, the chance was very much theirs to take. The damage was really good early on.
On Kaya!
Fumbled the back! Ooh, backs are maybe still being fumbled. There we go. Kaya keeps finding them. Man can jump alright, and with that, suddenly it's looking a lot more awkward to try to get into it, especially since they really couldn't kill anything other than the soldier forcing, and losing Dagon on top of that is just going to cost them badly.
Yeah, it's about how much they can do in terms of denying this pushing down from AAA. They've got the big Uber advantage and one soldier down, as you mentioned, so it looks like push is going to move from Cafe, and it's about how far AAA can get in without using it if possible, or if they decide to use it and try and catch these retreating players. But Duplo, they're playing it safe, they're going to back out, but no, they're not. Smeary gets caught. That's a demo man down for this last hold. This could be disastrous for the retreating Swedes in Duplo, and they're losing Dagnum as well, the low ground. Second point isn't quite capped up yet, but Ubercharge already in on last. Tabby's already locking out these spawns too. This is almost surely going to be this first AAA round.
A beautiful bit of damage there at the end by the Romanian. Tabi cleans up at the spawner, doesn't let anyone get close to point. Beautiful counteroffensive here once they got the force. Kaya's working overtime to make these happen, and the rest of the team this time around will not disappoint. Quick work from there after that force in the flowers, and with that, a tight game again.
Yeah, absolutely, and yeah, what a conversion it was, and yeah, it's good start. One apiece. Teams neck and neck, and these mid fights so far have both gone in the way of Duplo pretty heavily, to be honest. I want to see if AAA can get anything, any sort of counterplay coming in, because last time they just got split up like a hot knife through butter. So see if they're going to group a bit better and maybe take these advantageous fights. This time they're going to decide to rotate the other way around. They're going to go anti-clockwise. Yeah, just going to play a bit of a spam mid.
Maybe so. It denies Vonch's position a little bit. He still did damage. Bevan cleans up for a little bit here, at least 1-for-1 in the end still. But the rotation that you mentioned will keep going around and around until we find ourselves on opposite sides of the point here. No much to run anymore, you'd think, but there's a fight on the flank. No, Dagnus just gets away right onto the Demo Man, maybe. Clean up big time in Gar as well. Once again, just betrayed, and they can't afford any more of these on blue. They're running out of players.
And Ayoshi Gar has just been an absolute menace in this post fight. Gets the three-piece onto pretty much everyone, medic and both scouts there to finish that one off, and what looked like a pretty dicey 4v3 DM fight with pretty sporadic HPs around was absolutely perfectly cleaned up there by Gar as the push comes in now through Valley. Vonshu is here to wait and try and get something going, but at the end it's just going to be a bit of a feed as bullying in from Duplo. They're completely aware of it. That first soldier of Satan just looks around, looks to the left, and sees the rat hiding, and again now Duplo looking very, very good to maybe re-extend their lead. They've got a monster of an Uberad.
Yeah, Gar looks to be the scout on the beam here with Smira. Also flashed towards this last hold. Gar on the other side, just level 1 quickly taken care of. Scout on point, forces the soldiers out right away. Where's the damage to clean it up? Smira taken down early as well. They're trying to hold on to this left side positioning, but it's getting a little dire here. They do the damage in the end, and once they have anyone cleaned up on point, the fight on left could go whichever way it wants to. They just cap them outright, and that will do it.
Yeah, absolutely great post fight there, and again, both those soldiers having to bump onto the point to block it so early just meant they weren't involved for that first part of the fight over towards those crates. And again, Duplo basically a repeat of that first Uber in, just take the fight on the post over there towards the left hand side, and yeah, it worked absolutely perfectly for them. And again, 3 for 3 on mid fights, so maybe they're hoping to make it 4 for 4. But again, AAA, it's not been going their way at the starts.
Yeah, game's looking up again for the Furniture fans on blue. Let's see if the mid fight maybe can switch things up a little bit. Both demos a little weak. Mirror takes the beam up first. Slow start to the thing here, once again, maybe, as we've seen before, a bit of just rotation, seeing which space we can take, which way we can surprise someone. V1 certainly catching the worst end of that one, eats a lot of damage, gets back to the combo. They're playing slow, they're trying to just rush over from the right again. We're going full circle, quite literally, on this mid-fight, but will it work? 1-for-1 trade on the soldiers so far. Vonju trying to play high ground there, eats so much damage up top, not allowed to take position there whatsoever. The scout makes sure of that. It goes slow, it goes steady, and at the very least for AAA, they find themselves back on their side of mid in the end here as well, but they don't want to be there, they want to go forward, they don't want to go back. Trying to fight back here with whatever they can. Nice early damage by Tavi, weak himself, cleaned up anyway by the scouts. Even Dalbeck make quick work of Dagner. That's half by now though, and will it come in eventually, or maybe it won't at all. They find the medic anyway. Early damage for Vonju, and the cleanup is there. And suddenly it's, I mean, we need to see quick sacrifice again.
Nearly lands that second rocket there into Ayoshi, but again, really nice post fight. That was good to see, and again, losing both those soldiers, and like even despite the rotations going like a full circle all the way around, so like Duplo could have maybe got out, they just didn't have the time, and yeah, caught on the retreat. And really nice collapse there from the AAA side, and they're rewarded for it. They've got themselves a bit of an Uber advantage getting their spawners in now, and yeah, 80 yard, they've got plenty of time to come up second, and we've seen these go wrong before for AAA earlier in this game, but this one can't really go to slip, right? He's 2-1 down. They'll be getting themselves back in, but Vonju caught to the sniper of Alba again. Alba's been phenomenal on this sniper so far this game, but Uber charge coming in regardless from this top right-hand side gun. Dealt with on the close side as always going to end on the top left. The gun goes down.
I mean, if they can leave with this one, it's fine. They're really trying to get a couple more kills here in the end, and they're trading out pretty favorably in many ways, but having given up this much space, having to go back into this heavy is, I don't think, not gonna happen. Not in time before the Met spawns anyway, and by that point, what advantage do you have anymore?
I really think that one sniper pick at the start sealed the deal there. Just
Certainly.
imagine if that one soldier was still alive at the end of that fight. It would have been such a different ball game, but no. Duplo, again, hang on, but they're not out of the woods yet. Ayoshi lived, Lacuna did not, so they're going to have to hang on one more time. It's going to be a bit easy for them this time in terms of the Ubers. There is a slim chance they're going to get this Uber charge up in the post fight if they're building quickly, and they're building pretty well so far. But again, AAA, this is 2 Uber ad pushes into the last they've let slip, and they've really been given these chances. You've got to take them.
Yeah, from low it is right away here. Scout demo on a beam. We've seen this before. Right onto the gun. Catches soldier in the middle. Onto point it goes. They're trying. The sticks make this a bit of a difficult affair here. So do the soldiers for that matter. And it stalls for enough time for everyone to just hightail it out of the spawn and right into the red team and right through them, quite literally.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone wiped up when this Uber charge comes out. And that's the danger, even though it's about a 30% ad. If they're not looking those spawns, if they're letting an Uber charge medic get back out to block that point, it's always going to go south in the post fight. And yeah, Duplo hang on once again. And these defenses, the building blocks, are all just there on their side as once more able to get 2 points for this for free.
Looks like it as well. Advantage is running out here. Spawns are up, heals. I don't think... Ooh, actually, never mind. Beaver at least finds a funny little sniper at the end.
Yeah, nice little snipe in the forward spawn from Beaver, and that's going to maybe give a bit of opportunity, some counter aggression with the scout down. Like, Gar's on a very, very long respawn if they really want to go for something, but it seems so far they're just playing very, very passive, chilling all the way back. And yeah, just gonna stall this one out, but I guess it stops any early aggression from Duplo.
At the very least as well, we'll see. They're still trying here, of course, peeking a lot and trying to maybe force someone out on the cafe side of things, but it's Satan taking the worst end of that fight in the end, trying to get the jump up to the player holding close. We'll backfire a little bit. It's only one down, but still, we've seen many teams do a lot with one player advantage here. You just gotta really know where to strike right now with the missing soldier. likely on the flank in this situation. How you can abuse that to some extent, or at the very least, you know, just send a bomb in, because, I mean, what are they gonna do? Push 5v5? Surely not.
Yeah, well, I think that that ship has sailed at the moment, and Satan, on the respawner, has decided, you know what, the way to break this hold isn't the soldiers actually saw beforehand, or the pressure in through Cafe, it's to go for the sneaky play. Satan just to take some position on the spy in towards Valley, gonna try and get him behind, and potentially get that all-important stab over onto Ayoshi's back.
Let's see if that's gonna work out for Satan in the end. Certainly is pretty good on the class. I believe he's played it plenty times, even in Highlander as well, to pretty good success as well. But it's just gonna be quicker right now. Yoshi undefended whatsoever. All eyes for the rest of the team, just causing enough mayhem up front to turn the heads exactly the way intended. Beautiful stuff right there.
Yeah, great call as well. Just I believe wasn't even invisible, just walking out from bats, just did the whole thing and just used the disguise, and yeah, really nicely faked there over from Satan, and yeah, that's a huge one to get, because actually the spin of Spy on last is not exactly ideal, but they're not going to care. The overcharge comes in regardless of what the Spy could still be fairly potent if things all go well, but that might not be needed. There's gun taken down already. Tavi down on the defensive side too. The gun is so weak though. in on the heavy Spy v heavy isn't quite the way to go about things, but it doesn't matter because Duplo get their third round on the board.
Honestly, insane how much work Satan did there. He got the Devil Man, and then I think hit like 3 or 4 pistol shots on the heavy, and put him so weak he did not go forward. He went back into spawn to get heals, and the point was just wide open by the work of the rest of the team at that point. So who's gonna stop the cap anymore?
Yeah, he does do like the stock revolver does like a decent amount of damage. It's like
as long as you hit every shot, yeah. And
yeah,
I mean,
if you're hitting all your shots. I don't know,
the RNG doesn't matter that much if you're so close to the biggest target in the game.
Absolutely, and yeah, like we say, 3 rounds to 1. AAA really need to get themselves back into this one. See if they're going to go for a similar kind of. It looks like it. Going for this rotation down the right hand side. Vonshu isn't going to go from the valley like we saw previously. He's just going to be playing rest with the combo as they all sort of death ball around in this usual spiral style mid. On maps like Sunshine, no one really wanting to make the first move yet. No one going too aggressive. No one overstepping their marks as is contesting with the bell tower. Could be the source of the first kill, but it doesn't seem so likely. It's Kaya Vonshu just chilling on the cafe, just going to wait for the spam game.
Oh, the bomb's coming through Satan once again. Doesn't need to be inspired to get right on top of the medic. Beautiful stuff right there. Took long enough to get the U up and running exactly in time on the blue end of this fight as well. I'm sure they're not super happy to use, but I mean, given that they already got the medic, the end result favors them very much.
Yeah, absolutely. That bomb must have been so close to an uber charge coming up there for Aoshi, and now it's all about these last couple of players. They're going to be forced out very early. Bevan goes down. Ronshu is going to have to retreat on low HP, and yes, there is, even despite the force, there's still a decent chunk of ad. There is a workable amount of ad here for Duplo. If they want to go on this, we've seen AAA go for something like this earlier with like a 30% ad. You have to be a little bit cleaner with your execution than you would in a full Uber ad, but it's definitely something that you can work into last, particularly if you can get that kill over onto Aoshi.
Let's see if this hold will be strong enough here. People ready with the overcharge any moment as well. This is going to be assembled very quick. Gun up, sniper up. Let's see if the IKEA brand last hold will hold against this push.
Well, Sniper spawned against Spawn already. Gun living for quite a while is getting tanked up by the engineer, but Dalbeck dies in doing so, and that's a really important thing. The gun actually goes down in the post, but Ansmir as well. Vonshu is farming over on the crate side. He's going to get bombed down eventually, but the Ubercharge is up for the defensive AAA side, and Dagner is going to just be dropping all the way back out. Gar is trying to be a little bit sneaky on point, and no sneaking around on AAA's watch as Bevan gets that frag picked up. AAA, they live to fight another day. They can walk back out. Even though Yoshi used the Uber, they don't really care. It's going to be even on their own second.
You gotta find them swing in their favor at some point here with 2 points down this late into the game. Bomb already onto the medic. Kaya doesn't see a way to follow up on that, unfortunately. Smith is stuck in an awkward position as well, but it's just everyone keeps going closer, choking, the damage keeps getting more and more and more, and at some point AAA will be able to find a cleanup here. Big kills in their favor, full wipe of the Kaya bomb that did not even find the kill it wanted to.
Yeah, but the damage that it did and the discord it sowed within the combo with Duplo, a couple of sticks over the top from Tavi and that bomb in from Monkaya, like between them it just caused absolute disarray in the combo of Duplo. They were all so weak and they were basically cut apart on that push into second that they all just fall. Even the scout running away at the end is not able to escape with medic in tow, and now 100% ad, 2 rounds down, 7 minutes left. This really has to go AAA's way.
Certainly there's not much time for error anymore. Sniper up on guard this time. Alba don't want to engineer. One shot all takes to slow things down. We've seen this before. This time around there will not be that shot just yet anyway. Forced to switch off once again back to heavy. It goes up with gun and goes down. Point not quite being played just yet, however. And not really finding any kills very quick either. And that's just going to give him so much time to walk that heavy out the door and all the way to point.
Yeah, they just completely just kept out of that Uber with no force at all. Ayoshi's going to be surely just chased down here. The spawners aren't close enough. 9 HP goes down at the last moment. It's an awkwardly late respawn there, and things just go bad to worse. You said they had to succeed in that last push, but I wasn't expecting them to lose it by basically getting full wiped with a late medic death, and they're spawning up at full death stand with mid already essentially being taken. It's not looking great at all for the AAA side.
Bonju going out empty-handed there on the attempt on the medic's life as well. Not much fighty. There is still the funny Kaya snipe in forts. Well, since I've seen that happen, but maybe he still got it.
Yeah, he's watched.
Oh, close one.
Was watched, but just not watched too closely there as pops out. Used that 1 millisecond shot over in the direction of the medic, but he's not able to land it. But
He's just in the other fort spot over on heavy instead.
Yep, I'd love to see it.
Oh, we'll see if it works as well. No one quantity here very early. Yeah, taking... now taking down at least.
Yeah, just takes the back spawn all the way back, and I guess the one saving grace here, if you're a AAA, if you can even call it that, is that at least they've stabilised the Ubers. In all this time, they have got an Uber charger of their own up, but they've given up 3 points to do so.
God, this whole thing just reminded me of an ancient, I think it was Citro clip in a park where a Kaya randomly switched from medic to sniper and gradually forward spawned and got the medic. Not quite as successful this time around, unfortunately, but you can't win them all, I guess.
We'll see it looking to go in against the
no,
just completely unwatched.
No, not the backup as well.
How does Satan live? Or does
he doesn't?
Kaya gets it. Alright, I was gonna say, if Satan gets out alive, that is
oh, wait a second, they're feeding!
Oh,
they're all feeding into lobby, they're all peeking into lobby, hoping for an easy kill afterwards, but they just were 2 down. What are you trying to accomplish there?
And it's even worse as well because they've had to force out the Uber charge, and on Kaya he's going to be straight in, he's going to try and cut off the medic, gets it eventually. Dagner just trade out that 1 frag, but second boy's getting capped up, and yes, there is only 5 minutes left, but we are still into the realm of technical possibility here for a comeback, so slip-ups like that are not able to be like completely unpunished. There is still risk to things like that in AAA now. They're going to be quick, but they're looking pretty quick at doing so. They're walking already into mid. Satan is going to try and go for some sort of funny flank play, but might be wins the fight against Bevan actually on the flank. Might stir a bit of chaos over there.
Oh, no, they 1v2 Kaya on the flank here, really nicely done by the 2 players. Just still running back actually. Both of them, Soda and Scout, are going back out on the point first of all as well. I mean, the rest of the team all the way into mid. Just need to make sure everything is the point hits by Spiral already. Bonju at least cleans up the demo man, but that is much too late.
Absolute disaster, absolute disaster. The flank falling there, like great play there from Satan in that valley, just beating everyone in valley and just causing that big split push behind. And those last 3 players which they were just caught between a rock and a hard place, trying to get back out but not able to do so. This is going to be 4-1, and this is going to be basically GG for map 1.
Yeah, the Surstrumming enthusiast here should have this in the bag on blue. Duplo takes the 4th round as well. Obviously takes 5 to win, but with this little time, it is looking dire for AAA to turn this back in their favor. And this looks like a well-worked victory here for the side of blue.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, there's 2 minutes left. It's I suppose it's mathematically possible with pain trains and silly things like that. But I'd say I think we're officially into garbage time at this point. So
I think you're a hater.
Really fast rollout again is going to land towards enemy valley. Get a bit of spam damage there onto Tavi, who's taking a favour from Alba as well. It's a very aggressive one this time. Those fan players, and Kaya trading out 1-for-1 with Alba. There's actually AAA able to take the ground. Satan though bombing in instead. It lands up to Yoshi. Oh, but lives.
Not getting the kill this time around as well. Well, all they have left is maybe some faith, who knows, but that's all they can really do at this point here, and just run forward at all times.
Yeah, absolutely. Tavi soared a little bit too far there, thinks the pack is over, but it is not. And he's taken down by the immaculate pipes once more from Spooner. And yeah, they're going to hang on. It's the feed time, right? You know you're going to be so quick. You get these rough moments that get added onto the logs and don't exactly look too great for you, but Duplo are happy. They've got their first win on the bag for this series and for the whole season, I believe, as they've not had the best of start with their 6-0 loss in week 1. So getting themselves on the board, but maybe going to try and end it 5-1 if they can help it, speed things through and get it over to process.
A game like this does tend to end 5-1 just due to, one team having nothing left to lose, I guess, and just throwing themselves at this. For, the fun of it at this point as well, you can see this already, we're just hoping for the best, and what worked out pretty well for Beaver and the rest of the team. Little late to help him, no flash for the first guard, it is just Dalbeck on the beam right now, trying to make the most of this as well, but they're just running back into second as well, they're trying to just walk away from them as much as possible at the end of the Zima. Does not quite work out as intended, everyone's in really awkward position, blue team somehow circled back around the point to get themselves away from danger, just enough to tank all this, barely alive. But somehow running back into enemy territory to get out worked out just fine.
Honestly, that is an absolute miracle that more Duplo players didn't die there. The one scout Uber lasts so much longer than the 4 players getting flashed over in Cafe, but somehow they're able to scramble their way back out onto second and back into their own mid as these last couple of feeds coming onto mid 3-4-2 for the Duplo side. And Satan again forming into the combo, gets so much damage to the Urge, which is finished off by a really nice medic-to-medic arrow, courtesy of Laguna. So going to be some advantage to work with now for the Duplo side as midpoint gets capped up. Just get these last couple of spawners in now for Duplo and they can look to push off this. Unless they get too many spawners tonight, I guess Spirit was a late death.
It still should be enough to at least deal with the scout here. Darbeck had the choice to stay or run away into safety, but it looks like Tabi makes the exact opposite decision. There's less than a minute left, they're definitely losing the map.
Time, yeah.
We might as well just try to get one for the Orcs. Unfortunately, it's the opposite of that. You guys get the funny point on the scoreboard in the end here, and there might still be a bit more to come. They're not pulling back at all anymore, but there's nothing left to lose after all.
Yeah, absolutely. With 30 seconds left, Ubercharge comes in one sole player alive, and that is Vonshu, who is not going to be alive for too much longer, I wouldn't think, yet. Taken out by that scout of Owl once more, and yeah, there's one spawner on last. I guess the Ubercharge did get used on second, which makes it a little bit easier to hang on for AAA on this last point, but there's 16 seconds left. The push is going to come in regardless. Only 3 players there. A couple of spawners are going to be jumping in, but no, they're just going to get spawned. They don't want to have anything to do with it, and it's going to be 5-1 with just 10 seconds left. Duplo take the victory over on Sunshine.
Oh yeah, all these years later, they still got it as well. Crazy to think that every 3 or 4 seasons they still get put into Div 2 for some reason. But you know what, there we go. They're definitely showing their worth for now here in Division 1. Certainly in what is only the second game after all the season, but a good win to have here already, putting themselves ahead of 3 other teams right now, right, already with this one. So good start to the late half of the season for them.
Yeah, absolutely, and like I say, I think they were one of the teams who've like had one of their the earlier matches like nullified, right, because of the team that dropped. So like they've still got a lot of the season ahead of them. They've still got a long way to go after this, and still a way to go in this series as well. We've got Process coming up, but yeah, I guess before we move on to that, I don't know. I think 5-1 for this probably, in my eyes, doesn't tell the whole story. I think AAA were definitely in that game for quite a long time. It's just they just had a lot of trouble just converting those ads into last, with various things going wrong, like dropping soldiers on the way in, and there was some pretty rough post fights, and yeah, not looking the doors well enough. But it was a good effort. But yeah, 5-1's maybe slightly flattering towards the Duplo team.
Certainly, maybe the second map will tell a different story once we get there. Snakewater, Process even, is what we have up next after all. Could be a whole different affair here as well. And like you said, Process is a map, sure, it can be slow, but also is well played enough by a lot of teams, and there is always the potential that people can just start running away with things very quickly here. Maybe one of these teams has it like this on the mid-fights, as it is on the mid-fights itself, however. I'm expecting both the same. They both favor rotating a lot as well. It, in general, favored Duplo a lot as well, so I'm sure they're going to try a bit more of that as well.
Those scout logs are crazy. 29-8 and 28-14 on the 2 Duplo scouts. That's pretty massive.
I mean, what, they're not going to just, let the Prem scouts have all the glory here? At the end of the day, it can't just be them that are good, right? They still got it. I guess I said still. I mean, Gar hasn't been in Prem nearly as much as most of the rest of the server after all.
Yeah, but
bottom line is, Balder is not the only good Swedish scout.
Yeah,
or Hugie, I guess, as well, for that matter.
Yeah, there's quite a queue. I don't know, there's something about Scandinavia with scouts, right? Like, Finland has the same thing, where there's, like half of Finland just wakes up and is like, you know what, we're going to...
It's always funny, really especially when Nations Cup comes around, right? Then they have, like, Finland, like, unironically plays with, like, 5 scout mates.
Yeah.
And then you have like Ireland, like 5 soldier mains on the server.
Yeah. Do you think they have to do like some sort of like raffle or something for who gets what classes? Like, oh no, I have to play Roma today. Damn. I wanted to
Pretty
play
much,
Pocket Scout
yeah.
instead.
Well, Alva had his long period of soldier playtime in recent memory. He did pretty well with. He had his time on other classes. So did Guy, I guess. It's easy to forget for people that weren't there at the time. Guy started playing roughly about the same time I did. He was a Devilman back in the day. He still busted out every once in a while. I don't remember if he did in the Nations Cup once or twice, but maybe not this one, but the previous one I think he did. And the guy is just really good.
I was a soldier in Poland as well.
Yeah,
At the
he just
Poland
does
land.
whatever the team needs.
Yeah, absolutely.
When Sweden calls, he switches to whatever's needed. I think he played Medic once as well, actually. In the Nations Cup. He just got it like that, you know?
Yep, absolutely. Well, there, that's Sunshine over and done with. But we've got map 2 coming up. And that, as you said, is a process which in some ways shares some similarities, but hopefully not too many over on the side of AAA, as they look to get themselves back in the series and back in the season as a whole, as they're still scoreless in terms of the division, sitting all the way down there at the bottom. So if you're going to change anything, maybe change it pretty soon before too many weeks get away from them.
Yeah. Also, I mentioned like the veteran thing a couple times, right? A couple of these people are well-known, like long-time players, of course, as well. I feel like in that discussion, Dahlbeck flies under the radar a lot because he took a break for quite a while in the middle there at some point. I think between like, what was it? From 2015 to like 2020, he just did not play TF2L at all. But he did also start in 2010. So for a name that I'm sure is probably less familiar to a lot of players here than a lot of the rest of the server, that man has been here for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like there's, I know you look around this server and yeah, it's
like whose baby here? Like Satan, I guess.
yeah, like out of those, yeah, there's a lot of very very experienced players and players who've been around the block a fair few times, but yeah,
it
it's good
actually
to
is.
see.
Satan is like the stark outlier here. That man started 2019.
Yeah, it's good to see though people, like the old guys still playing in like a reasonably high level so many years on.
Yeah,
Div
it's
1.
always funny as well. I think last season it was Div 2 where like all the like veteran teams were located. Now a couple of them moved up as well. Just sometimes they just all like allocate in one location by matter of the admins deciding so. I think we had this in like Open or Low at some point as well. One was like like Clanner against some other boomer team. That happens every once in a while. Shout out Clanner, I guess, the real OGs, I suppose.
Yeah, true. Well, they're not allowed in Open anymore, so
no, they get banished back where they belong. No chance they let Preds just run around mayhem in the backlines any longer in Open. That man, speaking of veteran, that man played Div 1 when there was no Prem, so I mean, and that guy is allowed on low, and that's terrifying if I was a low player. And man still got it. It's scary. That man plays as if he was Shocky, you know? One of those situations.
But in Open
but no, yes.
Terrorizing the new players.
I mean, it teaches new players to worry for backups, I guess. Which is admirable, I suppose. The Guardians of Playoffs. We'll see who's maybe the Swedes here are the Guardians of Playoffs right now. After all, we've seen 2 of the top 3 yesterday, having them set themselves very far apart of the rest of the division so far. Duplo now with some catch-up to do, having obviously less games played, but also the first points to cover that distance as well. Could very much just force out 3 other teams very easily out of those playoffs position by just pretty good performances like this one from here on out in the season against all of the rest of the division that's left. 3 points already huge to get as well. All they have to do is just have good looks against Garden and the Poles.
The thing is as well with Duplo situations, like I said, they've already basically had a nullified week so far. So they've only played one off, and it was against one of those 3 top teams that you mentioned earlier. So it's kind of hard to say where they sit in the grand scheme of things because yeah, like if there is like that big skill void, we don't really know how they're going to stack up to these lower teams in Div 1 who are maybe fighting for that 4th spot. And yeah, it's been a good showing here on this.
This is where we'll fact check if one of the few Div 2 seasons they had on Duplo was when Aware was also on Div 2. Did that line up at all? Because that could give them some valuable experience, let's say. I don't think it lines up, unfortunately, which, we'll see how they do against them in the future, I guess. But yeah, there's obviously the 2 teams above them that will be very curious to see how they match up against. But at the very worst, right, if they can keep this up from here on out tonight, all they need to do is just the vaguely winning scorelines against Gun and the Polish team, and then at the very least the 4th place guaranteed. doesn't sound very stellar here, but if there ever has been a team that makes a lot of work happen from 4th place into playoffs, it is this week at Duplo.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, like I said before, with one team dropping out too, it means it's sort of like slightly easier to make that. Like, yeah, maybe it just like winning 2-3 offies can sometimes sneak you in, depending on how the results go for you. But yeah, it should be a pretty close one here coming into sort of the middle part of the season, as we sort of seeing everyone sort of shake out and see who's really got what it takes to get towards that top spots towards the end. But let's not now. We're talking about like we're going into process. So if you get any sort
okay, you want to know why they had to wait a couple minutes before this map would launch?
Oh,
like,
go
just
on.
looked at
Tell
the
me.
in-game chat. Bonchu
Oh,
said someone just hit 4 or 5 cars outside near my building. I was checking it was mine.
I guess that's a reason. I've heard worse
Average
excuses.
day in Poland.
I've heard worse excuses coming out from players.
I've seen better. When was it again? That was, I think, Gazi who had to like check for a gas leak. Who was it again? Something like that.
Oh yes, I've heard about that one.
Not Gazi. Who was it? Oh, I forgot already.
No,
it was Flick, I think.
Story. I remember
it was
the story.
Flick who had like checked for a gas leak in the middle of a Prem game.
Yeah, well, we're here on 2 TV Process. Map number 2, Duplo taking that first game of Sunshine with a very convincing 5-1 scoreline, but AAA looking to bounce back and get their first points on the board of the season. As we get here for this first mid fight, Sin already jumping in fairly aggressively here in this rotation. Clockwise direction.
Let's see what I can do mid-fight, starting off with a bomb by Satan, trying to get the medic good surf away, still enough damage to clean up a little bit up front. Harvey traded out here 2 for 2 in the end. One more bomb comes through, Bonchu stuck. Unable to get anywhere with that one, or it looks like Duplo with a good start, looking they will take this one here. Let's see if they can do much more from here, but I don't think there's much momentum left in this one.
Yeah, these spawners are coming in fairly quick, and with Albert and Satan going down, it is only that 1 player advantage, so it's going to be potentially a little bit tough to make anything work super quick. They do get their forward spawns coming in as Wonshu is just having a bit of a waiting spawn there, maybe thinking about no, decides just to waddle out. I thought we were going to be seeing something funny right off the bat over from the AAA side, but no, they're just going to chill, as Alba is the one who's going to mix things up first. Out on the sniper, we saw Alba's sniper had some great picks, particularly in the SVS, but also just in general open play over on Sunshine. And I'd argue Process is an even better map for the sniper to have impact, so should be looking good for him.
Alright, peeking once again. Satan down is a tough start here, but at least is sitting on the sniper. Alba doing great work on the sniper class so far tonight as well, so I'm looking to repeat some of the success here as well. Sidelines argue a little bit better on this map as well in many ways. A lot less of these like weird clunky walls everywhere. Maybe for, you know, the better of Sunshine, I guess, in some ways, but not for the better of Alba. Tonight, this second map might just be allowing the Pineapple fan over here to do some damage.
Wonshu actually does find the sniper in a bit of a spam fight there over towards IT. Trades at 1 for 1. So we'll see if Duplo decide to do anything off the back of that with 1 soldier down. I guess it's kind of hard. There's still 2 scouts up on that high ground, so any soldier one is going to be met by some pressures from them. But Satan decides to go in for it anyway. And yeah, just get too much with that one.
I mean, you've got to at least feel a little bit about the fact that he might just go back to Spy again. It happened the one time, you never know. The guy's pretty good at it. Very much. There's a Kaya bomb coming through as well. I got some damage, not enough by any means. Tried to sneak in there from PC, not happening. Don't let that go through just that easily as well. No sniper anymore, trying to do this the old-fashioned way. Looks like have to wait for Satan spawn a little bit. Maybe any funny business. Doesn't really look like it though. And we mentioned this yesterday as well. We obviously saw a couple of funny things yesterday as well. We did not see, you know, base jump or anything much like that.
No, well, we've already seen Bunch getting caught. And Beaven's in maybe a bit of trouble as well. The whole flank here from AAA has been cracked open by this flank over the Duplo side. Dagna getting another frag, 2-3 players caught. And they're going to walk even further forward here on Duplo's side. And why not? 3 players down. They can already start pressuring into last. There's still 5 more seconds on these spawners. Smear going to try and get some sticks over towards these points. The bomb comes in from Satan and gets the force, the all-important one. The distraction was in, and Satan gets an absolute free force there over onto Yoshi. He is going to pay with his life, but not going to care at all. This is a big advantage now for Duplo.
Yeah, that's a death you gladly take for the team as well. Got the force. We'll have plenty of time to respawn as well before it's too late. They already have a setup up anyway, so not going to lose much time in that regard either. All you have to do is just finish up the job here once again. Duplo trying get the first round on the board, get the lead once more here in this matchup. Buffs distributed in lobby, and it's go time, I would say.
Yep, straight in, 3-4, straight in over onto the gun on that right-hand side spawn, and now it's about this pressure. Can they deal with the heavy that's up in the panic room? Can they get onto the medic as well? Tavi just playing in the spawn door so far, just trying to stay out of trouble with the heavy getting charged down. Dalvik is going to fall, but Albert jumps down and is losing the fight against Beaven, who's now on the point trying to block it. It's a bit of a chaos brawl here for the point players, hurling themselves in. AAA look like they may well be hanging onto this one. Guard taken out by Onkaya on the way out. Smear is very, very weak, trying to get out through one. Is going to do so for now and wins the fight against Tavi as well. So it's into a 4v4 with spawners still on their way in over on the Duplo side. But Smear bumps in and tries to get into Ayoshi. That's a big, big disrespect play there, walking straight under the scout and the soldier. It looks like second point might be getting capped up unless these aggressive soldiers have anything to say about it.
They're trying. They'll like the chances here to force this Uber out early maybe as well, but it's looking to not quite. Never mind. Okay, they actually humor them on that one. Go right into this as well, because why wouldn't you? They're all right there. Match in dangerous path right away. Scouts just run down the middle, get that kill. You lose the soldiers, but you know everyone that says surely you will have this under control for now. Yoshi dances around the choke a little bit, will work just fine. The danger repelled just like that. Good stuff, AAA.
Yeah, really great stuff, and a great flash there from Yoshi in the middle of that Uber. One of the scouts is about to get airshot by Satan and just flashes the Uber up perfectly. That one's not going in the frag movie. And they move on with their lives. With both these scouts denied forward spawns over on the Duplo side, they're going to have to play it very, very passive. Albert is up on Sniper, though, going to play it up towards the rollout area, but no one's going to be peeking into the
It's
choke.
150 only. He didn't hit the head of Kaya. It's not a kill. I mean, that's what it is. It's not the biggest disset, I guess, on that. That sticky trap almost got made worse by them trying to clear this wall. Very fortunate for Beaver to survive that. His teammates want him dead.
Yeah, well, bit of a almost a coast-to-coast hit from AAA just minutes ago. They were over on their own last, and they're going to decide to use this in. Kuna is very, very close to Ubercharge up in panic room, so it could be a pretty rough post-fight for the AAA side if they're not able to get out in time. Lots of camp presence though, and players having to jump down from Duplo to block that one out. Only Tavi is going to fall, but so much cap time coming through, but they have to retreat. That Ubercharge was just in time from the Duplo side, so they're going to start maybe trying to poke forward with no Demo Man here to deny these doorways, and Vonshu getting caught also, so maybe this does open the door back in.
Yeah, they tried to make up for the loss of the Demo Man, just having the soldiers play forward did not work in the slightest. Even optimistically into last there, does not win the 1v1 with Alba. That's not a matchup he's been winning tonight, it looks like, and Alba gladly makes sure that that stays the case here on the threat of a bit of a backup at the very least. Will not amount to too much as well. New advantage barely there for the red team, but with numbers down, it's going to be a hard time getting it to matter on mid.
Yeah, absolutely. As the scout's already taking his hang on the soldiers as well. Onkaya gets deleted by basically everyone there trying to escape out through the choke. Vonshu is a little bit more lucky, is able to get out to second with life in hand. As yeah, they're going to get this spawn denied on Onkaya, but yeah, it's going to slow down for a bit now. One soldier down doesn't mean a great deal when it's even Ubers on second, as we saw before Duplo. They went for the sniper plane to second, maybe go for something similar again, but last time it was just a flank bust.
Looks like that will be the case, pushing up here towards the sewer area a little bit. It's slow moving right now, no hurry in this whatsoever just yet to get this underway in this stalemate. Just seeing carefully where they can get some people involved maybe as well, maybe sneak in a player from the flank as well. Alba likes his chances from lower as well. Lose Dagna in the meantime, have the scout up front, but not quite hitting the shots.
Yeah, almost got into Tavi as well there in that back area of point, but 2 players down, and this really does open the door now for AAA to start making waves into this middle point. Vonshu has got behind into sewer, and they know that the threat behind is there, so yeah, they just have to back out all the way. They cannot accept the possibility of Vonshu jumping behind and doing huge damage rockets into that choke as they try and retreat. They have to get out straight away as the point flips over in AAA's favour.
And mid back in their control. Let's see if they can do much into second with this one, though. It's a whole different question now. The opposition, of course, failing to do just that. Dalvik did not see the hype of coming. Satan in the skybox rains down the damage from the heavens. Unbeknownst to the scout there, that's a quick kill at least. How much work are we willing to do with this one? A soldier bomb right away here, trying to get in. Good damage early. The scout stands in the way of that, though.
Yeah, good effort there from Dagna. I actually lived for quite a long time there in the low ground, but the movement was in, the body blocks were in. Ayoshi was not in a great deal of danger there towards the end of that one. As now one soldier up, we've seen this before. Last time we saw a double sack coming in from Duplo, but they were in this position. It seems like it could be something similar. Both soldiers launch themselves in through the choke, but with Vonshu going down to stickies, that's going to be the end of that double sack play on Kaya. Just get out alive though, so maybe can hang on for one. But Satan now coming in with a big drop. big damage on those rockets towards AoE, towards Dalbec. It's nuclear from Duplo.
Medic down, 3 down total actually as well, so as long as you're a little careful here to not walk right away into someone that's hiding close, they should be moving along pretty quickly for the blue team here. Duplo with the mid cap already, the spawns are all there. That ease of life onto mid will not be quite there anymore on second, but I mean, you have all the reasons to keep moving forward, get this towards last, finally get a lead in this game.
Yeah, and we see the pessimistic outlook here from AAA, completely understandable. They've got the gun getting set up already on last. Everyone else is retreating. Vonshu, a late death there in IT, tried to stay in to get that kill over onto Dagner, who just about lives with just a couple of health points. So one soldier won't be in this instantly as the push already coming in through 4 straight onto the gun as well. Vonshu still a couple of seconds away on this respawn. Gonna need a bit more space to be taking over toward the top left hand side. Dalbec is living for a bit of time, sponges a lot of damage but does go down eventually. On Kaya getting caught, they'll to spawn 2, and Duplo now 5 versus 3 in this post fight. Sticky's dead on the point as well, meaning now this is surely just a free cap and they take it.
There you go, not a quick lead this time around, but it's the start of a winning scoreline finally for Duplo eventually in this matchup. Took 10 minutes. Gladly take it here. Back to mid we go. Still plenty game to be played. That might be the good news in all of this for AAA, who I think looked very controlled in a lot of areas, just kind of choking a lot on finishing touches for the most part.
Yeah, that drop from that second pole was yeah, that was completely round defining from there. They were never really in it and never really had too much of a chance of getting back in, despite being the ones pressuring into enemy second, and that's what happens. You've got something like say an enemy team, things can turn in an absolute instant. And as we here go for the second mid fight, going to be counter-clockwise rotations once again, but Vonshu decides to break step straight with a big bomb in under safe. Kaya there as well, trying to do damage, but these soldiers are so weak. One of them falling even the AAA side. And with side swapped, this is a very precarious situation.
Ooh, nice by Tavi in the mid. No, as the arrow comes through as well. Matt can defend himself. Needs a bit more help on the other side as well. Look at here, barely alive. On the saving grace by the pipe there at the end. Both devils with some nice hits here. Both still alive at the end. And we were already up and running on one side. And you can tell they know they have. And they are confident their opponents don't. They're just running in the full steam ahead.
Oh, not fast enough.
I mean, yeah, they still got the Devilman though. I mean, are they gonna stay here on blue? That looks like they might, but huge rocket by Vonshu. Just sniped Dagner out the air.
That was so close. I have no idea how on earth Duplo stole the medic after that mid. That was crazy. Spent half the mid on 1 HP and just gets the uber charge in time to stay alive. At the very tail end of that fight, but the bomb comes in. Satan again catches Aoshi with the high bomb into choke.
But everyone else can't even get close anymore. None of the funny post-match attacks we've seen yesterday. Just instant execution for everyone else here. One last-ditch effort by Kaya, but his former teammates Mirror will make quick work of that. No fun allowed here for that soldier. No medkill inside. Looking here with good advantage from here on out. And once again, one little oversight is immediately steamrolling this the other way.
Yeah, in the space of 3 minutes, it's been 2 crucial med picks for Satan in that exact part of the map. On his own choke, as yeah, gonna hang on to that one. Aoshi, such a late spawn, a massive advantage. Gun getting set up on last, and we're an exact replica of the situation we were in just a few moments ago on this red last point. Duplo now looking to double their lead with an ad coming into last.
Pika already peeking around where things are, which is always nice to have. You know where the gun is ahead of time. Don't bomb something you might not have to here early on in the push as well. Scout's trying to just get as much space already as possible, but it will come down to
be quick though.
Being used here. Yeah, she's almost having the Evo already. They're taking the sweet time. And it looks like they actually just decide against it. Try to spam down that thing in the back. That will go down, but so does Satan. Vonshu gets the better of him on the flank here. Do not play off ad at all anymore, it looks like. And even with the gun down, it looks like no one can find a bomb towards the Betty. Yoshi will be fine.
Yeah, absolutely, really well played there. And they get the gun, but that's about it. They're going to be getting that one built up very soon over on Dalvec's side, I presume. Alba does use the opportunity, though, to run back to that forward spawn and change onto the tried and tested sniper class. Hasn't seen too much action on it so far on this map. I guess it was caught out in close quarters, hasn't had too many shot opportunities, but into a last point like this, there's so many sightlines you can take, particularly from in lobby, that there's surely some opportunities for some heads coming his way. But in the meantime, Vonshu is in an off-class of his own. He's all the way behind on Spy in towards Choke, so he's maybe going to look for some sort of chaos play here, going to try and decloak and perhaps get a drop of his own.
Well, at the very least, they know what the snipers ahead of time, but best of all, this might bring some kills here, and he gets 2 in a row instantly on that one. Kaya on the other side already took care of the sniper as well. Beautiful stuff.
Oh my, I thought it was over when I saw the scout back up, but decided, you know what, I'm just going to go for the chain stab like we're in a pub, but it works absolutely perfectly there from Vonshu, completely unexpected. The force comes out regardless, so that's one saving grace over for the Duplo side, but they've lost so many players, second point getting recapped as well, and what a play that was from Vonshu.
Yeah, brilliant for them here. Another good spy play on the tally tonight. Halfway through the game, maybe this is the change of fate they need. However, in the midst of all that, they did not look at Rollout enough. Snowder snuck through, got the counter force as well. AnnihilatioN exactly no advantage whatsoever. Which doesn't make this a little bit harder into mid. Blue team certainly putting up heavy resistance on the midpoint itself. Why not? They have everyone here. Try to just hold onto this position wherever they can. The high ground heavily contested. Everyone just keeps cycling around the scouts and soldiers up top until the damage is maybe just enough. Blue team really weak, but they keep getting the kills first.
Yeah, looking at the health bars, you think it was an entirely different story, but somehow Duplo keep most of their team alive. Only Dagnar is falling, but Vonshu is behind and maybe is unaccounted for. There's nobody really looking behind too much, and they're going to bomb in, and yes, gets the frag on. Kaya is the one to be credited with it, but the bomb is in. But actually, they just lost 3 players for that med kill.
Tarabi was very optimistic holding close there as well. That man put like 3 sticky towards choke on the pipe. Not much of it connected as well. The soldiers doubled down on that. They got kills in the end, but it took so much work just to get this one kill here in the end. Lucky to have the time to stall for all this. Ayoshi has to be on point blocking all of this. How do you not get forced here? That's the answer. You don't get forced, you just die. Everyone throwing themselves at this, and at some point, the lack of players on the field will matter. They were down 3. Someone's gonna go point, someone had to hold close on the other side as well. They can't do it all with that many people down.
What's extra funny about this though is the fact that literally everyone except from the Linear died over on Duplo sides. This ad like isn't even really that big. It's what, like 20%? Because they're gonna just sat in spawn just for like a solid 10 seconds waiting for the last respawns to come in. But yeah, that drop really nice. The pressure into last off of those 3 picks. You may as well go for it. And once more, we are sat here at roughly even Ubers over on the second point.
Can you believe it? We let these guys admin and then they drop in Div 1. Crazy. Alright, slow entry here. I mean, the advantage as small as it is, it's still there, so they should very much do dump some damage into second, and at that point they have them where they need them to be for now at least. Alba trying to hide behind a pillar, unfortunately. The opponent's moved just a little bit. Suddenly he's back inside as well. Did not quite work out as intended.
Yeah, and with second point still getting capped, so that means that they're essentially 2 players down because they have to have Satan capping up as well. So gonna have to back up, can't pressure into lasting too easily with that situation as gun getting built up now. Everyone just gonna get themselves into position as Alba once again uses the opportunity to get onto Sniper.
Well, he likes doing it. He's pretty good at this as we've seen. Why not take some pot shots on last, especially now? Sure, there's still plenty of time left, but you can already start playing the Dark Arts a tiny bit at least. You know, play it slow, play around a sniper on the last point, take your time to hit these shots and see what can be delivered. Is able to peek really deep in there as well, for all it's worth. So the threat is still very much there.
Yeah, absolutely. There is a different sniper. Dalbeck is the one picking up the rifle over on the AAA side we saw before. Even didn't have the nicest time up against Alba in the sniper v sniper, so see if Dalbeck has any differing fates. They're both looking at they're thinking about going into one, so we might be getting that sniper v sniper right about now. The peak comes in and both of them missed the shots. The soldier jumping in the way there, I believe, may have been a bit of a distraction, forcing Alba to shoot earlier. So Alba just decided, you know what, I'm going to peek from the lobby instead.
Slowly but surely, they have plenty of time here after all. It's only 1 point lead. You very much do want this to resolve before the time around, so of course on that, but still it's just space lost at the end of the day. If they don't, there's a headshot ringing out. Luckily, we have the buff over 150. That headshot will not kill unless it's fully charged, or at least mostly charged anyway. Does not work out here as well. Small scuffle up on the rollout door as well. It's a 1-for-1 exchange. One part gets the soldier kill, the other loses the sniper fight, unfortunately. The Spencer down always helps as well. We need to see them peak much more aggressively, I think, than they are right now. The gun spam is a start. They need to just be a little bit more cocky into last year. And it hasn't happened much on Sunshine yet, which is concerning.
Yeah, it's looking pretty slow, and like trying to play for the sniper, like it does work, but especially in that lobby area when when Tavi, Vunshu, and Kaya, when they're all doing such a good job of sort of jumping in and just being enough of a distraction, enough of a nuisance, doing the damage, and also Dalbeck as well, hitting that nice headshot. It just slows things down so much, and the players just become so telegraphed when you're trying to attack in. And when, I don't know, if Triple A know where the attack's coming from, it makes the job so much easier for them. But Alba is going to peek in with a huge shot.
He's the Swedish sniper, column Armada, he just hits these out of nowhere. And that's exactly what you need. Who cares it is the dispenser if you are not fully hiding inside of it. And all of the sun is all open to play for. One down already, Dagner runs down the other half of the map the combo comes in from, gets a solo kill early, and with that, it's just a small air shot away from rounding out the win. Beautiful stuff by Duplo. Alba, he's just nice with it.
Alba's done some crazy snipes so far, and that might be one of the better ones, as that drop is going to be round defining. Round is over. Duplo 2-0 up with 10 more minutes left to play. So Triple is still in this game, make no doubt about it, but they've got to start a comeback, and they've got to start it fairly soon. As Duplo looking very good on this process map.
It's exactly like I said as well. Just take your time. If you get the round before the time limit runs out, Data has even less comeback potential. Only 10 minutes left for 2 rounds down. Similar scenario than at the end earlier when it was 3-1 already here, trying to play aggressive towards anyone hiding by this rock. Does not go to work for Duplo here in the end. Lose Alba very early. High ground protection by Satan cut short very much there. Just all of the middle of the area controlled early by AAA, and it's a long way back home, especially once you realize that is not their sewer.
Yep, absolutely. This is going to be a really hard push back in. They're almost certainly going to have to use this Uber charge. This is had to go for some sort of a silly block play. Vunshu is going to be there trying to get the force out. Is denied completely by Gar. Is just playing up on the height. Is there in position to block this? And this is very nasty now for the Duplo side. They're going to walk back and use him, but the team is split up. They're going to have to try and recollapse, and they do. They collapse onto Tavi.
Where's the B? Yoshi and the rest of the team went opposite directions entirely. Tavi Dalbeck missing the charge whatsoever in that one. Did not see a lick of invincibility. That is just a very unfortunate throw. They just didn't really know where they wanted to go. Do we go last? Do we meet them and choke? What's really the plan here? They had them in the on-top position, and they were the ones getting cornered instead.
And they're losing both soldiers in the transition too. So many weak players there on Duplo's side, but it's the 2 soldiers on AAA going down, and Duplo, they're just going to keep rolling with this 2 players up. Absolutely enough for them to push off, and yeah, AAA, they don't want to fight, and they have to back all the way out. Spirit even toying with the idea of trapping out one to try and catch these shooting players. Satan bombing in with massive damage. Tavi and Dayoshi both going down. Maybe more to fall too. Bevan goes down. Dalbeck trying to jump in on Kaya. Once the soldier spawners are there, but in the meantime, they lose basically everyone on the back line to these soldiers. The soldier spawners coming in clutch and saving this round.
Okay, I was gonna lose my mind if Alba won the round here. Just one past 2 soldiers. But luckily they played smart. No one pushes too far into second there. They don't need to. They have the advantage on hand there as well, just waiting for him first. Still, gotta be careful into second here at one point or another. Quick work on Kaya, 3rd kill there after cleaning up on Roller big time already. And they want more. They need more as well. There's still 2 down, 8 minutes left in the map. Mirror weak on the sewer entrance there. Can't escape. It's never a great kill to have in their favor. Second cap wrapped up any moment. And with 4 up on the other side, they have plenty time to get across the midpoint here and see what damage they can do. But most notably as well, in all of this going right, obviously they lost the medic very late. Yoshi behind on Uber charge.
Yeah, slightly, and they might deny Smith forward spawn here, which is something if they want to go for some sort of sack really quickly. But Satan is once again doing this really high bomb towards Joker. Actually catches Dalbeck this time. These high bombs from Satan have caught a few players off guard, and once more a scout is caught victim to one of the that's going to stall things.
Oh wait, never mind. Satan tries solo as well. I was going to say that it's, I think, literally like scientific studies in game design that confirm that gamers do not look up, and why not use that to your advantage?
Yeah, absolutely, and yeah, Satan decides to go for the bomb there in through choke, but doesn't find too much value from that one with the sticky tracks. But again, it's just delaying time. It's no risk, that kind of play. So now they can stall up. 7 minutes left to play. 2 rounds to find for AAA, and they've got Vunshu in behind into lobby, which could be one prong of some kind of 2-pronged attack, as Satan is having a little bit of an MGE fight there. But in the meantime, Kaya's found Alba, so maybe this is the opportunity to go in.
Maybe so. Do lose Vunshu early. He was way behind. Couldn't find a ton with that, but they're still trying to cover space of the distraction it caused in the meantime. Couldn't really do or go much of anywhere of this one as well. Still looking to spam down maybe a 4th in all of this as well, but they're losing their soldiers, and now it's getting a little bit dire.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're going to have to back all the way out onto mid with low HPs all around. Vonshu is going to be spawning in, able to be part
Satan
of this
quickly
block.
choke hits one great rocket there. Not enough. Good serve by Yoshi. I respect the attempt to play quick there as well. Just like you said, they were weak falling back. You know they're going to be probably out the sewer any moment. Just try to be beating out anyone taking good position again.
Yeah, and now is the constant back and forth in this second point. It's never really a dull moment, as now it's AAA's turn with one soldier up to start pressuring in, but Vonshu is very, very weak in his fighting against Dagner in this 1v1, maybe a 2v1 as Alba is there to help. Ubercharge exchange on the point, and Tavi and Kaya are holding on to sewer for now, so maybe, how has no one really died yet? Only 2 players have gone down in this whole little exchange, and honestly the positioning is
oh, there we go.
surprised.
You asked, you will receive. They just rush back in, having fallen back through PC as well. Big shot Alba there in the end. Obi-Wan traded out health, miserable on blue though. Alba just barely getting some heals, but that means no health anywhere else. Scouts on point guard this time around, the one taking all the damage as well. That not quite getting the kills though. That could just matter by the end of it. Duplo holding on for dear life right now as well. There it is, the sack wave coming through big bombs all the way deep into enemy territory. Cost them a couple players here. You got to be careful still at the end of the all. Tavi weak up forward, circled around by 3 players that are just waiting like vultures for the medic to be alone. And there we go. No one's left anymore.
Oh, Beevan's here just about in time, and I must say Vonshu did just about enough there to slow the oncoming Duplo team. Those last 3 players were hungry for Ayoshi's life, but will not be finding it. Set midpoint not getting capped up. Less than 5 minutes left to play. There is a big advantage now for AAA. They've really got to go and they've really got to make use of it. But adding to second is potentially hard because it's not that gigantic. It's just over 50%. They might get second for free, but by the time they get to last, Duplo are going to have a defensive Uber to use.
Alright, well, fair enough. There's a safety net here maybe at the end of it all, but they gotta get that far. First things first, 4 minutes left. Time is running out. They gotta be quick. They're having cap second yet, but they're already into last. Can't catch a demo man out. The spawn door can't get last cap time yet either. They need some damage. His river goes down. Rest forced back to the spawn, but there's the overcharge. And they needs to do some damage. Already those 2 players can't afford it. Anyone else still falls. Everyone circled around the point here. They have 2 players behind just waiting for a repush opportunity. Great rockets, Kaya as well. Vonshu not quite that lucky, but has scout backup here to work around. Bomb comes in and it does only get the medic. It's a trade on that department in the end. But that's not good enough right now.
Yeah, getting the medic is something, but maybe bombing the point could have got that last leg of cap time. It's hard to say with so many players around, but with 3.5 minutes, yeah, it's going to be even-ish on the Ubers by the time these spawns come in, but so many forward spawns blocked by this cap of the second point, meaning now this is just going to make things almost grind to a halt unless you start going for anything too crazy over on the AAA side. They're in a real rush now to find these 2 rounds.
And this is exactly where you make these mistakes and just lose a third one somewhere along the way here. We've seen it last time. The game was like fairly settled by 3-1 and it still ended up 5-1 in the end. Just because one side had to just put on the pressure a little bit more. Here already you see people walking to sticky traps, losing players early in an attempt to take space. And that just robs you of more and more time. The longer this goes on as well. Trade on the flank. Vonshu, however, still gets the bad end on the other end as well. Both flank soldiers here basically have busy work there. Only one gets out alive in the end, but that might just be good enough. 2 down each. Time to take your chances here. Demo down early. Dagner has to fall if this is supposed to go anywhere as well. Can just about clean up that guy as well. One more bomb comes through. Vonshu, but indecisive. Do we bomb medic? Do we bomb Demo man? It's a little bit of both. It's enough damage either way though. They will use that Uber. Yoshi, mind you, could not exchange that. They just bluffed that thing entirely. They had no Uber in any of this.
Yeah, and honestly, big success there from AAA, getting the Uber charge out, getting their players out alive with it, so now they can take second point for free. They're going to have to wait a few seconds for Tavi to roll out onto the middle point. But yeah, there's 2 minutes left to play. This has to be around instantly. Gun taken down already. They might have been going in without Tavi at this point, getting ready for it from lobby. And yeah, this is really touch and go now. 2 minutes left to play. Uber charge ready for Ayoshi in through 4. Oh, bit of a whiff on the jump there. The stickies are blasted away. Traps can clear it off the point. 1:55 is the time. They've got to make sure that this one is capped up, even to do the duties along.
Barely get there as well. That double man, a step away from delaying that again, but just about enough here for AA, and with that, there's a chance. 140 is doable. It's not easy, mind you, but there's a chance.
Yeah, there is. I've got to say, like, stopping those blocks at the end is absolutely huge. Like, if Duplo were just able to, like you say, if their demo had just got onto the point in time, or someone else had just fed in, and even if it just buys you, like, 3 or 4 seconds, in a game like this, it might just be all that matters. But this is going to be full aggression all the way now for AAA. 1:18 on the clock, technically possible. Monshu going behind already into sewer, and it's going to have to be W holding now for AAA. They have to go in, they have to try and fight this. It's going to be Onkayabumi and Monshu taken down on the flank though by Alba, and it's an absolute bloodbath. Even Death Corner, it's a bloodbath that's favouring Duplo as all the players are falling, and this is going to be pretty much a GG. Dalbeck is going to do his very, very best here to fight this 1v2, but there's 52 seconds left. There's so much longer left in this round, even if they are going to try and roll it through. Spawners miles away on AAA, and Duplo have just about done enough.
And there you go. We came here looking for the answer tonight. How many IKEA delivery people does it take to win a Div 1 game? The answer is 6, not 3, I'm afraid. Duplo will take the 6-point AAA once again without a win this season. And Duplo, as we mentioned, obviously still have a couple more games left to go than a lot of teams. Already 6 points up, going to be doing a lot of work to look for one of those playoffs positions.
Yeah, absolutely, and yeah, what a performance it has been from them. A bit dicey at times on both these maps, but yeah, just some on Duplo. It was honestly like, for me, the rounds they got were just moments of brilliance from various players. With the bomb from Satan getting the drop out of their own second, which they roll straight into last, and then there was the Alba snipe as well, and that was the two sort of round-defining moments for them. It was both just people pop off and seal the deal for them. But other than that, yeah, it was a real tense back and forth. And AAA just kind of came good a bit too late into that one. They had their chances earlier on, but when you're leaving yourself like this 3-4 minutes or whatever to get 2 rounds, it's always going to be too tight. And yeah, they're punished for it.
Yeah, very, very impressive stuff from the Swedes. Didn't expect much less from them than, as he said, at the very least, a lot of individual talent, of course. Every season it's just a little bit random how much they have the ability to commit to, practicing as much as they are, preferably willing to do, I guess. At best case scenarios, this time around looks like we're once again in a period where they have the time and effort to commit to a season where they want to actually perform well. And I mean, I guess that maybe want to end up one as well. Once again, able to certainly make it look good once more here. Finally, some points on the board as well. And a lot more to go for them. That's looking hopeful for them to make playoffs once more.
Yeah, absolutely. And this 6 points does actually put them into 4th place, because there's now 3 teams that haven't got anything so far this season, that being Gun, Offie only, and AAA, who we've just seen now. So yeah, maybe long term that's a reasonable goal for them. There's obviously some very, very, very strong teams towards the top end of the Division 1 this season, but Duplo can rub shoulders with the best of them after good performance today. Obviously not a great one the previous week against Libya, but it's hard to say. Obviously, Libya beating everyone, so it's hard to get too much of an insight off of that one game.
I mean, for what it's worth, next week's matchup for these teams obviously already very interesting as well. Duplo up next have the Polish squad of Yoni, which is again much like this one, a must-win match if they want to get at least 4th, if not better, as well, and sneak into playoffs as well. If they win that, they're most of the way there already. They're catching up a little bit with the rest of the teams up top as well. If they get one more 6-point swing in their favor on that one. For AAA, it's going to be very hard as well. We've seen them yesterday. They have Aware up next.
Oh no, Demo Night Tuesday for them.
I think so as well. However, I don't think it's being played next week actually at all. Looking at the comment section, Kai already mentioned they do not have time to play next week at all. So schedule will stay funky in Div 1. Look out for that. And also just 2 Demo Night Tuesdays next week, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, AAA, tough matchup next week as well. Never say never, of course. They did have some good moments, of course. This match just wasn't helplessly behind the entire time, as much as they were behind by scores, at least pretty much at every given point after the first few minutes of each map. They did not look helplessly out of favor in any capacity here, so I mean, if there's a chance they got to take it here, that would be huge points to get as well, that already most teams have not gotten. They won't have any delusions left of playoffs. They got to start winning these games.
Yeah, it's sort of it's a rough way as well, right? Because it was close. Obviously, the first 5-1 was maybe a bit of an over exaggeration in terms of the scoreline. It was closer than the scoreline would let on. But yeah, they got to get their rounds at some point if they are to make it into that top 4. But I guess on that note, I think we're ready to start wrapping up. Some closing notes. We've of course. This has been Div 1. There is Prem ongoing, and there are some games coming up on the main Essentials channel. Essentials TF tomorrow night, Mandem against Skedder. The rematch of the grand final from last season will be played over the main Essentials channel, and there's plenty of other Prem games the rest of next week.
But do you know what also is tomorrow?
What?
Tomorrow is also Demo Night Tuesday. I just checked.
Every day is Demo Night Tuesday.
Apparently, it's Demo Night Tuesday down in mid in Div 4, it looks like. So if you thought, oh boy, there's only the one guide, you are wrong. There's more to come, and I'm going to make sure that there's some eyes on that match.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, of course, join us tomorrow over on the main Essentials channel for that game. And I think there's also games Wednesday, Thursday on both Essentials TF and Print Stream GG. So we are absolutely rammed full of TF2 content for us in this next couple of weeks. So hope to see you all there and enjoy the show. Goodbye.